I think I will start from this side to show you the cars. Last year we were here with the Agera RS for the first time. It was a very exciting car for us. It's based on the lessons learned from the 1-to-1 program we introduced 2 years before that, which was the world's first mega car. 1 megawatt of power, same weight in kilos, curb weight as we had horsepower. 1,360 horsepower. We only made 6 cars of those, plus a prototype, and they sold out before we even showed the first one in public. Given the huge demand for that car and the very scarcity of it, we decided to take the lessons learned from that program and make a slightly more everyday, usable version of it. Similar performance, very close performance, but with a usable luggage space and a little bit more creature comfort. So we decided, let's make this time 25 of these cars. And we announced that last Geneva, and only 10 months later they were all gone, which was the fastest sales we have had in Koenigsegg history. We are a very small company, of course, so 25 cars for us is a substantial number. But we're about halfway through of the production run on the RS, and today we're going to show you a very unique version of it, built for a good friend and a very nice customer of ours, who spent a lot of time detailing his car to his personal taste. So, gentlemen, please. So this car is quite unique. It's got a unique yellow color with matching interior. This car is very extreme. On normal 95 octane fuel, it has over 1100 horsepower from a 5-liter engine, turbocharged engine, with full emission regulations. That is totally unheard of. This is truly one of the most downsized engines in the world, regardless of size. On 95 octane petrol, we have over 30 bar BMAP and a compression ratio of 9 to 3 to 1. So it's really very extreme engine technology we're talking about here. This is very extreme in performance. We have around 400 kilos of downforce. We can go over 1.6, 1.7 Gs, maybe up to 1.8 Gs in the corner. 1 could even reach 2 Gs on top tires. This is very close. But it maintains a detachable roof that can be stored in the front of the car. It has active systems with 4G connectivity now. It connects to our cloud, and we can download data to the car. We can analyze the car over the cloud. We can even send track-specific data to the car if we have been there before, if the customer has driven there, so we could collect data, or if we as a factory have been there with our test cars. So the car can be set up around the track with different ride heights, with different aerodynamic settings. There are front flaps underneath, the splitter that move hydraulically. The shock absorbers are adjustable on rebound and damping on all 4 corners actively. So around the racetrack it can be geo-tagged and pre-set up for the different portions of the track. This is still very unique and gives enhanced safety, enhanced experience, and enhanced performance. So this is something we're very proud of. There were quite a few Koenigsegg customers who missed the chance to get one of these 25 cars, as we sold them out very quickly in Koenigsegg terms. And we were thinking that probably this was the last we would do with the Agera range of cars, but we said, let's make a final statement. Let's make a very exclusive range of only 3 cars that we call the Final series, the Final edition. Final is final in Swedish, as in most languages, so we stick to our Swedish denominations. And The unique thing about these cars, they are based on the Agera, like the Agera RS is based on the Agera. The 1-to-1 was also based on the Agera range of cars. And this customer, he first wanted a 1-to-1, they were sold out. He wanted something a little bit more extreme than the RS, and then we came up with the idea, let's make a one-of-one. The aero package on this car is completely unique to this car alone. There's a lot of unique details on the body I can show you, also the interior, that makes it truly a one-of-one. And it will be followed by 2 more final edition cars that also will be completely unique to the specification of their owner. In the pricing of the car, anything they want to have on their car or changes is included in the price. So, and there are only 3 of these cars, and when we took the decision not too long ago to make this series, we sold those 3 cars in 3 days. And that's it for the Agera. We will not make any more. That's the range. This is the first one of the 3. There are 2 left to be built that will be built during the end of this year, early next year. So gentlemen, please. So if we start from the front, it has a big front diffuser to match the increased rear wing on the rear. As you can see, the rear wing has a resemblance of the RS, but it's now top-mounted similarly to the 1-to-1, but a little bit lower mechanism to make it a little bit more discreet. And we have added a second element to the wing to increase downforce to match the larger front splitter. On the front, we have 3 winglets to match the 3 winglets air guides on the rear of the car, visually and functionally. And we have 3 side winglets on the car. All in all, this car produces very close to the same amount of downforce as the 1-to-1, but it maintains the front luggage space. It is a little bit less downforce, but very, very close to the 1-to-1. It has a therefore a detachable hardtop that can also be stowed in the front, which is unique for this high downforce setup, given that it's around 500 kilos of downforce in this car. Again, all active systems. If we look on the back of the car, well, the wing is unique, the roof scoop is unique to this car with this beak going forward. The mesh on the rear here, here and here is with the Koenigsegg logo as an air outlet. We have an extra air outlet here on the side, only for this car. And then we have adjustable wings in the Venturi to set the downforce level of the Venturi for each given track. And then to top it off, there is a unique titanium exhaust only for this car. Then there are unique interior features with a new aluminium coating, which is fully polished, and bespoke fittings for the customer with a unique installation of 6-point safety harness in combination with a normal belt. It also has the 1 megawatt engine that runs on biofuel. So this is also the specification chosen by the customer in minutest detail. So what we have over here is the first production Regera. It is becoming, at the Geneva Auto Show, the factory demo car, which we will find customers and journalists. It's production number 0, we can say. It's the one after the prototype we showed here last year. Last year was a very exciting year. We came here with a completely unproven concept and a quite wild idea in the car industry, especially the sports car industry, with the idea to remove the gearbox completely from the car, from the weight of the car, from the experience of the car. This is quite a bold step, because shifting gears is very closely tied to the experience of a sports car. I had an idea that there are other emotions and benefits that can be had without shifting gears, and they will compensate for the lack of fun of shifting gears. When we came here last year, we didn't know what to expect, the reaction, but the reaction was enormous. We took our first orders around the show, especially on the show, and the demand and interest was higher than anticipated. So, spurred by this interest, we ran quickly into the development and testing of the prototype, and we've been running it now for a year in warm conditions, cold conditions, the snow, our test track, really pushing it to the limit to see what it can do. And it's meeting and exceeding the performance expectations and the emotional expectations. I can tell you, when you floor this thing, the last thing you think about is, oh, I want to shift gear. You have to focus on holding your foot down and having the courage to keep on doing so. At the same time, it's a sweetheart around town. There is no shifting. The smoothest shift you can have is no shift. It's perfect around town. First of all, it has a turning circles of 11.5 to 12 meters, which is very good for such a car. It has a hydraulic ride height system, active again dampening system. You can set this car up to be more comfortable suspension-wise than your normal sedan. And the drivetrain is silky smooth and responsive, absolutely the opposite of nervous. But as soon as you floor it, you can spin those tires in the dry if you turn off the traction control from 0 to 280 kilometers per hour continuously. Over that point, you cannot spin the tires anymore. Compared to the first prototype, this car is very similar, technically. Every little part is enhanced and productionalized. We've done 3,000 changes since last year's prototype. But everything is simple. It's about making it not mass producible, but producible, making it more serviceable, obtainable, and also lighter. We actually managed to make this car about 50 kilos lighter than the prototype, mostly due to even more extreme battery technology. We managed to save 50 kilos of weight in the battery alone. Here we're talking about a battery pack that weighs 90 kilograms that we can draw over 500 kilowatts from momentarily. That's unheard of. It usually takes 500-600 kilos of battery pack to do so with around 80 to 100 kilowatt hours. We don't need more than 4.5. We actually had, if I remember correctly, around 7 in the prototype, so we reduced the kilowatt hours because we can anyway draw full power and regen much more than before. So last year we said that you can drive at least a tank full of petrol around, for example, Nürburgring before you run out of battery and you have to recharge. With this technology, you have the same amount of battery charge level every lap you go around. And when you run out of fuel, you just fill up and you keep on going. There is no need to charge the car due to the massive regen capability of this battery pack. We can, when you're driving, for example, around a racetrack and you're full throttle and you start lifting off, we're not lifting off the throttle of the engine. We're letting go of the power of the electrical motors first. And then we charge as much as we can in that distance until you back off so much that you have to start closing the throttle body still with maximum charge. So given the fact that a car like this can never be floored around a racetrack, like for example Nürburgring all the time, we have so many opportunities to charge along the way, also during, of course, braking in that kind of regen situation. What you will see here also in the production version is a new center console with improved buttons. We will also demonstrate the auto-skin function on the car. This is the world's first fully robotized car body. There are cars with automatic tailgates, there are cars with automatic doors, even though not very common, getting a little bit more common now. But there are not many cars that are also automatic in the front bonnet, and especially not this type of car. Usually these systems are connected with the great weight penalties. And people have a hard time believing me when I say the weight penalty here is around 5 kilos, and we thought that it was worth it. The reason why it's only 5 kilos is because we anyway have the hydraulic pump, the accumulator, the controller for the hydraulic system. We merely replaced the gas struts in the doors, in the rear bonnet, and in the front bonnet with very tiny, lightweight hydraulic actuators with super lightweight hoses instead of cables and things like that. So the weight penalty is really not more than 5 kilos. And the added flexibility and benefit that you don't have to slam your doors, you don't have to touch them and grease them up, and it gives this very smooth sensation getting in and out of the car. It was really worth it. So I think it's time. Oh, one more thing before that, David. So we're only doing 80 of these cars. Since last year, we're doing that over 5 years. Since last year, we've taken 30 down payments, more than 30 down payments, and we're expecting before the end of this show to have sold more than half of them. So it's a very, very good start for us as well. Please. So that's auto speed for you. Please, ladies and gentlemen, come in and have a closer look. Thank you for coming.